Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 1st of March 2019. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm using the Lo Scarabeo Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the first day of the new month has in store for you. It starts on a Friday, which is a pretty good sign if you ask me. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to know in particular. So I asked the cards what the energy of Friday the 1st of March is about. The cards then give me a very detailed answer. So these readings are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. And if you like these card readings, then please share them online. So let's have a look. We've got the King of Chalices, the Six of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Oh, this is really interesting. The King of Chalices rules everything that has to do with spirit, psychic ability and intuition and mediumship, creativity, the arts, and family. That's what he's in charge of. That's his kingdom. That's his realm of governance. Then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords has to do with ideas, thinking, communicating. Again, creating beautiful things, the arts again, so they overlap in a sense. Swords is often associated with great writing. But the King of Swords also has a strong affiliation with justice, hence the severed head, and decision-making, and the sword being a double-edged blade means that he has to know himself, because when that blade comes down, if he's wrong, it also comes down on himself. So he cannot be two-faced. King of Swords is the gatekeeper of truth, the master of honesty, the guardian of inspiration and imagination and new inventions. So that's what he rules. Also, all really, really important things. And between them, we have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is the have and have not card. Sometimes you're up, you got loads of cash, and you need nothing, and you've got loads to give away. And sometimes you're down and you need a handout and you ask someone for that money and someone is generous enough to give it to you. It looks like the King of Swords, just because the way it's placed, has all of the money and has all of the power this month, on this day in particular, but because it's the reading for the 1st of March, I always feel it has an additional kind of meaning in the sense that it's the first day of the month, so it kind of applies for the whole of the month as well. And the King of Swords has loads of power here in this month, so he has the money, and it's the King of Chalices, feelings, spirituality, family, all of that, who doesn't have the power and who's asking for some help, who's asking support. So what we've got is feeling appealing to logic and reason. So what you might experience is that you get a little bit stuck in your own feelings and that you have to really strive to keep things on a level playing field, that you have to remind yourself to keep things objective, to keep things unbiased, to keep things logical, to value things on merit, not because she's your niece. You know, that kind of thing. So you may get swept up in the emotions of things, and this can apply to a million situations. The example I just used is, the person at the admissions department of a university. She reads her niece's application to the university. It's a load of junk, but it's her niece, so she says, approved, you're in. Whereas the King of Swords would not do that. And anyone with a conscience who worked in the admissions department would then ask the King of Swords, listen, I need your help here. I am feeling like I should approve this, even though it is so subpar. I need a little bit of reality check here. Please help me. And then we would see what happens in that case. It can apply to so many other things. It can apply to making a purchase. You see a coat in a boutique, and first of all, you've promised your partner that you're not spending so much. In terms of the clothes outgoings, it's just a bit much, and you're going to cut back. So you see this amazing coat, and first of all, it's in a vintage shop. So it's in a vintage shop already. So, I mean, you're already kind of, that means that it's already like, you're taking a major step down. And you look at the coat, and it's gorgeous. It's leopard print. It makes you look rock and roll and punk. And it's happens to be secondhand and vintage, but it still costs 500 quid. And emotionally, you're like, oh my God, this coat, I look the way I felt at 30. I am just so glamorous. I am so gorgeous. I am going to turn heads with this. I can put some killer heels on this, and I am going to be the center of attention. That emotion is super strong to buy the coat despite the cost. And again, appeal to the King of Swords for some reason. First of all, it's a vintage coat, so it shouldn't be 500. It could be vintage Dior, but it's still vintage, so not that much, please. And also, it's been worn before, and it's leopard prints, and it doesn't fit all occasions. And really, where are you going to wear that? You can't wear it to the ambassador's dinner, You can only wear it to very, very few select occasions. You can't go out with it every day. It's just not functional. So then you appeal to reasons to realize all of those things, and you say, okay, despite the fact that I absolutely adore this coat, I'm not going to buy it because it isn't functional, and I'm going to not go for it. Final example, I just love this girl. She has such great energy about her, this woman, and I'm an employee, and I see myself in her exactly the way I was 40 years ago, and I'm the employer now, and she wants a job at my company that I've built, and I just see myself in her so much. And she's doing this interview, and she's come in, and she's been 10 minutes late to the interview. She came in with this amazing CV of all of the things that she's done. She came in with a super confident attitude, like she knows that she's destined for bigger and better things. So she was slightly snooty and too big for her boots. But so was I back when I was young, because I wanted to start my own company. And look, I have started my own company now, and I just knew it back then. And also, she kind of insulted the receptionist on the way out, and she kicked over one of the plants. God, I'm exaggerating now. She kicked over one of the plants on her way out as well of the interview. But I just love her so much that I really want to hire this woman for the new secretarial post that's opened. And I really want her as part of the team. You appeal to logic a little bit, and logic says, off with her head. She is not you. She is selfish. She has no respect for anybody else. She thinks she's the bee's knees. She's got nothing to prove that she is as amazing as she says she is. Her CV says one thing, but we've got a couple of references through now, and they've all said she's an absolute nightmare to work with. So despite your feelings, you're going to have to appeal to reason to cut that off and say, sorry, no, you're not going to get the job, even though you really, really want to do that for her. So you're able to make really good decisions on this day based on your feelings, but you're not trapped by your feelings. You are able to use your wisdom and your intelligence and your common sense and your kind of logic and the hardness of your logic and the severity of it that's sometimes required. You can use that, and it works the other way around as well. Let's say the hands were reversed. If you were just thinking about something on a logical level and you didn't see the potential or the emotional, you didn't give someone a benefit of the doubt, or you didn't use your intuition about someone, something like that, you've got both the King of Chalices and the King of Swords at your disposal today. You're able to make decisions based on both your feelings and your experiences and your insights and your knowledge, especially when it comes to business, when it comes to anything that has to do with the real world. Money, physical health, daily routine, power structures, hierarchies, anything that kind of organizes the real world in some sort of a way, and where you have an influence in doing that, you really have a strong ability to shape that environment in the way you ought, you think and you feel it ought to be shaped. And it's really likely that you make the right decision because you don't just go on one thing. You use both of these elements, water and air. And by doing that, you're using a masculine element and a feminine element. So you're being nurturing and forgiving, and no one's perfect and all of that. And you're also saying, okay, well, have you got the degree or not? Or have you got any experience in PowerPoint or haven't you? So it's a great balance to really make a decision about developing something new, starting something new. So it's a great day to start a new business. It's a great day to actually hire people. It's a great day to interview as in go for interviews yourself, or to present some sort of project that you want to have made or financed, or you want to pitch something. perfect day for that, because you when you ask questions, you will have all the answers to respond. You'll have thought about it. You'll be asked, why do you want to work for this company? And the feelings will be there, and everything that you need will be there at your disposal. So don't be afraid of putting yourself out there today and manifesting your life the way you want it to be. You've got every chance to succeed. 1 and 1 is 2, and 6 is 8. 8 is about strength and power. So you have the power to make your life the way you want it to be, and you have the power to shape your environment, especially on a physical level. So don't be afraid to insert yourself in the day's activity to make things the way you want them to be. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. If you like these videos, then click the subscribe button and share the videos online. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.